Hey gang, and welcome back. These videos are brought to you by Card Conduit, the best place to sell your unused collection fast and easily. 401 Games, Canada's top shop for all your hobby and TCG needs. Dragon Shield, the strongest sleeves for your strongest decks. Moxfield, the easiest way to store and share your deck lists. And Foil Armor, flatten your foils fast.
Hey gang, before we get into today's game, I just wanted to bring up something that I've been struggling with a little bit, and yeah, the Andrew you see before you right now is unfortunately gone. As of today, I am now a 40-year-old crotchety man, and yeah, I'm sorry, I couldn't think of a really fun way to say that was my birthday, other than being weird, but otherwise, enjoy today's game, and wish me happy birthday if you can.
Eric wins the die roll and starts us off. He draws and plays an Undergrowth Stadium, which comes in untapped. He then taps that for Soul Ring, and then taps the Soul Ring for Felwar Stone. Shane just draws and plays a tap Nomad Outpost. My turn has an island coming in. Etienne draws and plays a tap Croson Verge. Eric's turn has him playing a tap Sunken Hollow, but with all his mana rocks, is easily able to cast Wonder, and passes after that. Shane's got a mountain, and pays 2 for Lightning Greaves. I play a Command Tower, and then tap 2 for Nature's Lore. I announce I'll find Ketria Triome, and pass while searching. Etienne's just got a Caves of Koilos, and passes. Eric's turn has him playing an Urborg, and he's got enough mana to cast Teval. After his commander resolves, he passes. Shane's main phase has a Dragonskull Summit coming in, and he casts a redoubled Stormsinger. He then moves the Lightning Greaves onto it, and goes to combat. He swings the Stormsinger at Etienne, dealing 3, and passing. I just draw, play a Forest, and pass. Etienne's turn is much the same, with him playing a Reflecting Pool, and shipping it to Eric. Eric plays a tapped Undercity Sewers, surveilling 1 and putting it to Graveyard, which is a land. Going to combat, he swings Teval at Shane. And the on attack trigger mills him for 3, bringing back Rejuvenating Springs. This also has Eric making a Zombie Druid token, and Shane then takes 4 commander damage. Shane draws, plays a Swamp, and casts his Dragon Commander with Neriv. He then moves the Greaves onto it, and going to combat, swings Neriv and the Stormsinger at me. I take both hits, and Shane passes. During his end step, I cast Valakut Awakening, bottoming 4 cards from hand to draw 5. I draw and play a Hinterland Harbor, and then cast my own Soul Ring. I follow up by casting Miirym, and pass turn. During my end step, Etienne sacrifices the Croson Verge, going to find an Overgrown Tomb, and Indath the Triome. Etienne draws, plays a Forest, and then casts Fel the Mighty, targeting Wonder. Eric responds with Malakir Rebirth, targeting Teval, and loses 2 life so it'll come back. The board is then mostly wiped, and Etienne then passes. Eric's main phase has him playing AC, and he follows up with an island and then a swamp, drawing a card from each of them. Eric then continues with a Floral Evoker, and he goes to combat. He swings Teval at Shane, and mills 3, one of which is a Bloodghast. Eric then brings back a Deathcap Glade with the rest of the ability, which in turn brings back the Bloodghast, and puts a +1/+1 counter onto the Evoker, and Teval makes Eric 2 zombies. Shane then takes 4, and Eric passes. Shane's got a Bright Climb Pathway for turn, and then casts Gimli's Reckless Might. My turn has me playing a tapped Kazul's Cliffs, and I then cast a Sushi, passing to Etienne. Etienne draws and plays a City of Brass, and then casts Elves of Deep Shadow. He follows that up by casting Betor, and passes to Eric. Eric's turn has him playing a tapped Zagoth Triome, and he draws from AC and puts another counter onto the Evoker. He then casts Insidious Roots, and follows up with Conduit of Worlds. This allows him to play the Fetid Pools from his graveyard, and he draws again from AC, plus gets to make a Zombie Druid token from Teval. Going to combat, Eric sends Teval at Shane, and the Bloodghast goes at Etienne. With Teval attacking, Eric mills 3, and then brings back a Contaminated Aquifer. This has him drawing another card, making another zombie, and adding another counter onto the Evoker. Shane and Etienne then take the hit. With nothing else, Eric passes. Shane's turn has him playing a mountain, and then recasting Neriv. He moves the Greaves onto it, and passes. During his end step, I cast Ancient Restoration, sacrificing a land, and get to go find 3 because Atsushi has 4 or more power. I draw, and play Cursed Mirror, having it come in as a copy of Atsushi. This has me sacrificing the original copy to the legendary rule, and with it hitting the graveyard, I make 3 treasure tokens. I then go to combat, and swing the Cursed Mirror version at Etienne. He blocks with Betor to take it out. With it going to the graveyard, I then make 3 more treasures. In my post-combat main phase, I replay Miirym, and follow up by casting Jeska's Will. This has me making 5 red mana, and excelling my top 3. One of which is Sneak Attack, which I cast, and pass after it resolves. Etienne's got a Bloodstained Mire for turn, and casts an Essence of Antiquity. He follows it up with Kin Tree Invocation, and Eric responds to that by casting Fell the Profane to try and destroy the essence. Etienne responds to that with Swords to Plowshares and targets AC, and both creatures are then removed, with Eric gaining some life. Etienne then gets a 7/7 instead of a 10/10, and Etienne then goes to his end step, drawing a card off of Betor. Also during the end step, Eric activates the Drownyard Temple in his graveyard to bring it back to field, and gets to make another zombie token, and we then move to his turn. Eric draws, and plays a Dreamroot Cascade. He then uses the Conduit of Worlds on his Mangara River Regent. He then casts the Omen side of it, drawing 3 and discarding 1, and then shuffles the Regent into his deck. After that, Eric passes. Shane just draws, plays a Sulphurous Springs, and casts Arcane Signet. I draw for turn, and then activate Sneak Attack, putting out Furcrag. I get to make a token copy because of Miirym, and I then use Sneak Attack again for an Ancient Silver Dragon, making a token copy of that as well. I then go to combat. I swing both Furcrags and the Ancient Silver Dragon to Eric, and I get to goad the Floral Evoker as I attack. Before blocks, Eric uses Putrefy to destroy his own Wonder, giving his entire board flying as a result of it hitting the graveyard. Eric then blocks Furcrag with Teval and the Floral Evoker, and piles 6 zombies on the Ancient Silver Dragon. Before damage, I use Ghostly Flicker, and I bounce the Silver Dragon and the original Furcrag to save them, and make more copies of them. This has Eric taking no damage. With nothing else, I pass. Etienne draws and plays Baldur, Century Herdmaster. He then moves to his end step, drawing a card and untapping his creatures with Betor. Eric draws and goes to combat, swinging the Floral Evoker at Etienne and everything else at me. Eric mills 3 off of Teval, but doesn't have any lands, and I block Teval, Bloodghast, and a zombie with my tokens and take the rest. Etienne also takes the 7 from the Evoker, and I get to draw a card off of Furcrag for seeing a goaded creature attacking. In his post-combat main phase, Eric then casts Living Death, which has me getting back Atsushi, Shane getting back the Stormsinger, and Eric getting back a bunch of creatures, including Avenger of Zendikar. With the Avenger coming in, he gets 14 plant tokens. The Eternal Witness also comes in, returning Living Death to Eric's hand. Eric then casts a Molt Tender, and follows that up by casting Lumra. He whiffs off the lands with Lumra, but does follow up with a Timeless Witness to return Assassin's Trophy to his hand. He's made 2 more zombie tokens, and he then follows up by casting a Gravecrawler, and passes. Shane's turn has him playing a Sacred Foundry, coming in tapped, and passes. I play a Farseek in my main phase, going to find a Cinder Glade, and going to combat. I swing Atsushi at Eric, who blocks with Wonder. I then pass turn. Etienne draws and plays a Swamp, casting Warlock class. He then recasts Betor, and we realize that he should have also gotten the Essence of Antiquity back from the Living Death, so he draws on his end step as he passes. Eric has a Command Tower for turn, which pumps all of his plants. He then goes to combat, and swings Lumra and the Gravecrawler at me, and 14 plant tokens at Shane, with everything else going at Etienne. Teval mills 3, hitting a land, and putting it into play, which triggers the Avenger and pumps the plants further. Etienne then blocks the Avenger with Betor, and Eric casts Assassin's Trophy on Betor to at least keep the Avenger alive, while Shane and I get taken out from the rest of the creatures. After combat, Eric plays a Haunted Mire, pumping his plant tokens again and passing. Etienne draws and levels up Warlock class. He knows when he's beat though, and wants to go out on his own terms, and fetch lands to find shocks to drop to 0, with Eric winning the game. Game review time. So I was really excited going into this one because it was 4 Dragon Commanders all in different color pairings, all 3 colors, and each kind of doing its own different thing. It was exciting, it was cool, and I love these kind of themes. Unfortunately, Eric's deck was significantly better functioning than everyone else's. I know everyone says that Miirym, when you sit down at the table, is the biggest threat, but that definitely wasn't true this game. I'd say the strongest card this game was either Fell the Mighty or the Malakir Rebirth, as basically it allowed Eric to keep his commander either way and wipe away the board from everything else. This video wouldn't be possible without the help from my sponsors, but it definitely wouldn't be possible without the help from you, the viewers, and my patrons. So I just want to say thank you for watching, and to remember, friends are just opponents you haven't eliminated yet.